I am a documentary fanatic. I love watching nature documentaries, especially the ones that are narrated by David Attenborough. I was watching this one episode where there was this cliffside and these birds, I'm telling you, thousands and thousands and thousands of birds have built their nest into the cliffside. And what they would do is either the mom or the dad would go out into the ocean and they would come back with a beak full of fish. And could you imagine, through all of the bird calls and everything else, miraculously, the parents were able to find their chicks throughout all those calls. Also, in some parts of the world where shepherding is like a legit job, one of the things that happens is there's this relationship that forms between the sheep and the shepherd. They know his voice. It's crazy. You can stick another random person who can say the exact same words and the exact cadence and timing and everything, and the sheep won't listen to that person's voice. They'll only listen to the shepherd's voice. They only listen to the one that keeps them from harm, the ones that they know that they can trust, that takes care of them and leads them where to go to find fresh grass or water. Have you ever asked God for something and kind of questioned yourself if that was actually Him speaking? Have you ever thought, I just made that up in my mind? One of the ways that we get to know God's voice is we spend time with Him. One of the ways that the sheep know the shepherd's voice is because they spend day in and day out listening to the shepherd's voice, listening for the shepherd's call to keep them from harm, to lead them where they need to be going. One of the ways that you can begin to learn and understand God's voice is by spending time with Him. What does that look like? Prayer, daily worship, and just allowing Him to speak to you as well. It's such an important part of this relationship. Sometimes we just get so caught up in just presenting our prayers and our requests to God, and we don't allow any time for Him to speak to us. And in those moments, whenever He does, we begin to learn His voice. We begin to trust it a little bit more. We begin to understand that He is leading us to those things that we are in desperate need of.